Hi, City friends. This is Jennifer. I am working on cleaning my craft room today. I have been sick for a few weeks along with my kiddos. So today I'm feeling better. I'm still a little sniffly and whatnot, but I'm hoping I'm on the uptick. I am working on my craft room today. I'm supposed to be participating in a Black Needle Society virtual event today, but I just don't know if I have the bandwidth to talk to people and chat and whatnot, just because I don't, when you don't feel good, you don't want to be like blah around people. That's no fun to talk to. So I thought I would film a few clips, kind of vlog style, of what my craft room looks like before and kind of what I get up to today. I'm hoping to film a floss tube today. I'm hoping to do some sewing today. I just filmed a quick clip of a destash box I'm going to be posting for sale if anyone is interested. I don't know if anybody will be, but I have a ton of stuff that I just would like to find a home for and try and recoup some of my funds of it. It's a really good deal if you piece it out price like point by point. If you are interested in taking it off my hands, it will be a good value for your money. So this is what my craft room looks right now. This is a real deal. I have my little camera. This is my desk. There's the big box of stuff that's overflowing that I'm probably going to add more to. Stuff I need to put away. My cat. And then the horror. Look at the horror. I have boxes and stuff on the floor and boxes and bags and things my daughter's gotten into. Bags of fabric and stamps. This is my de-stash of stamps and dies I need to get rid of. Like my closet, which isn't too bad. And then my counter. Oh, Lordy. Yes, yes. So here's a quick view of what my craft room looks like. I know I've been talking about doing a tour. I just haven't gotten there. So really, I have a lot of stuff. I'm not a minimalist. But it is fairly organized most of the time. But because I have kids, once I have time to do something, I do it and then I don't put stuff away because I'm usually like rushed to do it. So I'm going to try and at least get stuff put away and the floor cleared up. I bought tons of fabric this last week and the last few weeks, and just different things that need to get put in their spot. And then I'd like to pull some things to work on. I need to organize my whips. I need to organize I really want to get back to making my cards and even maybe doing some videos on card making, because that is my first love. I love doing that. And I have the cutest new card making supplies that are like quilting themed and stitching themed from Waffle Flower Designs that are so cute. So yeah, we'll see what I get up to today. My kids have been feral this morning. It's Saturday. Yesterday was the last day of school for my son. It's Memorial Day weekend. And then I literally got up at 8:30, which was wonderful. Our whole family got to sleep in. My husband got to sleep in a little bit later than us. I got up with the kids 8:30, which is late for us right now. So that was fabulous because we've all been sick and really needed that rest. I get up, I make my kids homemade waffles. Like I use my Belgian waffle maker and I make them Belgian waffles in the waffle maker. And the amount that it makes like enough. I feed the kids and then we have several left over for the next several days or snacks or whatever, which is great because now that it's summer, I have to feed them all the time. I did before anyways, but now I have to think about it a little bit more, whereas I was like packing a little school lunch that was easy. I just realized I was swaying. If you're a mom out there, even if you're not holding your baby, do you still do the mom sway? It's like a self-soothing thing that I can't stop now. Anyways, so I made these waffles, right? I fed the kids. Everything was good. I happened to put chocolate chips in my son's, just the one I was making him because he likes that, but my husband doesn't. So I just put chocolate chips in his. And then I literally said to my son, I said, hey, watch Sissy for a minute because I can trust him to watch her for a few minutes in the living room. It's pretty safe. The only thing is that she started to climb a little bit. So I'm like, hey, can you watch Sissy for a second while mommy goes to the bathroom? You would have thought that would have been safe. And it was. The kids were fine. But when I came back from the bathroom, I go in the kitchen and I noticed some paper plates on the floor. And I was like, that's weird. They must have grabbed the dogs must have grabbed my plate from the table or something. Lately, my dogs have been so bad lately. And they are not the kind that have like gotten into stuff that bad, but in the last few years, they've gotten really bad. And my middle dog, my dog, has literally, he'll like get up on the table and steal the cat food, which is not okay. But they've never really taken food off the counter or anything like that, or like stolen our food or anything. But I'm like, it was like slow-mo. I was like piecing it together, like, what are these plates? What? Oh, someone, I don't know if it was our big dog who can literally jump up and reach the counter if he wanted, but he never does, or if it was my dog who could also probably jump up and reach it, grab the whole plate of leftover waffles. And I mean like a whole big stack of leftover waffles. There was not a crumb. You wouldn't have known waffles were there because the only evidence was paper plates on the floor. And I was so mad. I didn't yell or anything. I just was like, I called my husband. I was like, I need a minute. I sent the dogs outside because I was just shocked. And also I was like, great. They ate a whole batch of waffles. Luckily I didn't put chocolate in those ones. But so that's literally how my morning started. So they're on a list and it's not the good kind. Yeah. So anyways, so now I'm trying to find some peace in my craft room away from the feral children and the animals, except for the cat that came in. I also just found a cat in my garage earlier, not my cat. I also had a stray dog at my house yesterday. I had to call its owners. And they came and found it, or came down and got it. But we've just had with being sick and everything, I tell you what, I wish I could go on vacation right now. It's hotter than Hades in Texas, like 100 degrees. It's so hot. And I don't do well in the heat. My kids don't do well in the heat. So anyways, okay. So let's see what I get up to. I'll check in later. Okay, checking back in. I have made some good craft room cleaning progress, and now I finally feel organized where I can do a quick floss tube uptake because it's been about 2 weeks. I have made the floor mostly walkable and put my stuff away, although again I have a lot of stuff, so it's always sort of messy. And I have a stack like really big of all my PDF charts and patterns that I've bought over the last several months that I need to put in like clear things and put away, or if it's charts I pulled out I need to put those away. But for me, my room is pretty much clean. I did put a big de-stash box together, so I threw some more things in that. There's my long dog sampler that's not getting any love right now. I do have a pile of whips on the floor. That's my big whip bag, so I got that out to get my stuff out of. So it is still messy in here, but I got all my floss put away. I got a bunch of new floss recently, so I got all of that put away. So I still have lots of stuff, like clutter, that I need to deal with, but I got all my fabric put away because I had like pilfered through that. And my messy like cotton fabric over here, it's messy, but it is at least where it should be. I have been buying fabric like a crazy person. My floss, it's all put away. So feeling much better about that. I did also pull this out. I got a new Happy Planner that's undated recently. I used to use Happy Planner a lot back when I had a traditional job. Now that I'm at home with my kiddos, I didn't really need one, but I thought it would be nice to have one again for just life things. I keep track of most of our important things like on my phone and on a skylight calendar. But I did get an undated Happy Planner that I'm going to start. I started it in June, so I'm going to start it next month, where I can kind of track stitching and things like that. And I did buy some PDF downloads to like keep track of my whips and what day I work on them and things like that, and just have plans just to remind myself like, hey, what the heck were you supposed to work on because I have a lot of like sewing hopes and dreams and stitching hopes and dreams and all sorts of crafting. So if I write it down, maybe I won't forget what I plan to do. So I'm hopefully going to start that when June starts in a week or so, and just keep a little more organized with my stitching and crafting, just because I don't do PDFs or Notion or anything like that. So I don't have statistics or things like that to share, but if I can physically write it down, the problem is sticking with it. But I do have so much Happy Planner stuff that I went ahead and just stayed in that system because I already have the stuff for it. Like this is another Happy Planner notebook, and then they had new Sleeping Beauty series, and Sleeping Beauty is like my favorite princess, mostly because I love Flora, Fauna, and Merryweather. So that'll be fun to kind of decorate again. Hopefully I make the time to do it, but we shall see. Okay, so I'm feeling pretty good about that. Hi friends. Oh, I'm looking rough today. It is now Sunday. Had a little bit of a rough day with the kiddos and whatnot, so I'm trying to decompress by getting some crafting done. I am going to work on making my first Holland pouch, which is a pattern by Center Street Quilts, which right now she has all her PDF patterns on sale for Memorial Day. So I went and bought several more of her other patterns to make, several foundation paper piecing patterns and a few other things. So definitely check those out. If I don't post this like when the sale is going on, there's still a reasonable price and good patterns. So I'm going to work on the Holland pouch, which is kind of like a boxy pouch. I can't find my printout for it, so I need to either reprint it or just look up the directions on my phone. But I'm also following a tutorial by Sew Becca on YouTube, who goes over making this pouch on her channel, and she doesn't give you measurements or anything, so you do still need to buy the pattern, but I'm going to follow her tutorial. That's the same way I did the Hemingway pouch, and so it was easy to follow. So I'm going to do that again. So I'll show you kind of what I've got. I'm like, right now I'm in my dining room, front room area, because that's where I sew. So this is the fabric I'm using. This is another Lord of the Rings fabric, which is based on Gandalf the Wizard. So I'm making this for my friend, my other friend. This is my messy sewing table. Goodness gracious. But there's part of my quilt that I need to work on. There's some Easter decorations, because my Easter decorations are still up. They need to come down. So I'm going to work on this. So I'm going to grab the instructions and start cutting things out and doing the things. So I'll check back in and show you my progress. Also, look at this. I showed this in my floss tube, but this is my scrap of that Temptation fabric from Roxy Floss Co. Oh, it's so pretty. So that's what's left over, because I did start Cherry Magpie today. I'll show it in a minute. So that's been fun, and I have a big nice cut left over from that. So anyways, check back in soon. Okay, I am working on doing my quilt sandwich for my Holland pouch. I just got this Tulip Pink bundle in the mail. So this is the inside of my pouch. I took a little break there to test out my Bernina BSR, which I got for a steal on eBay. These are like $1,000 retail, and I got it for super cheap. And so I was this weird Lion King fabric that I got in this, like a garage sale, that I didn't need. So I was just like doing fun, weird, like decorative stitches, and then using the BSR to just basically scribble around. So that was fun. But then anyways, so back to my just straight line quilting here. And then I gotta pause again to make my son a fruit bowl, because yeah, like life. So anyways, this is so pretty though. I love this fabric. I'm gonna see if I can get more of it. I know I've seen it around. It's been around for a while. But I really like it. It's actually kind of like a light gray. I got the whole bundle, so I have different colors, but I like this gray color too. Anyways, I will check back in when I have more progress. Okay, I'm in the home stretch. Yes, there is a screaming child. Home stretch of my bag. So this is the inside. I just have to bind the inside, and I got my tutorial. I've got the child down there. But yeah, almost done. Okay, many hours. I look crazy. Many hours and interruptions later, and some seam ripping, I have made my first Holland pouch by Center Street Quilts. So let's see if I can like show this. So this has got Lord of the Rings Gandalf fabric and a rainbow zipper. I really like that it has the two little straps on it. The hardest part of this, let me unzip it real quick. So the inside is lined and bound. The hardest part of this is actually putting the binding on the inside, like box seams. I did break a needle, which I'm not surprised, and the tutorial that I watched warned you about that, but I was risking it and then it did break. So that did happen. So this is definitely more difficult than the Hemingway pouch by Center Street Quilts. It took me a lot longer. I don't know exactly how long because I messed some things up, and then I also had like all day distractions. But this is a birthday gift for my friend. So I am really excited. I know she's going to like it. I definitely know some things that I could do better next time. But yeah, I'm really happy for the first go. So, and it's got soft and stable in it, so it keeps the shape really well. So it'll be good for whatever she wants to put in it. But I'm going to make some, obviously for me, for like toiletries or like quilting supplies. Or I was thinking about putting like my English paper piecing supplies in it, because I need something for that stuff that I'm starting to experiment with. But yeah, hardest part was just putting the inside boxy seam binding on. So I should probably give it a good press, but you can see, oh my, like the chaos that is my dining room table. Luckily we don't eat here. We eat at like a breakfast table. But anyways, I really like the little straps. I liked this fabric because it made me think of fireworks, and if you know Lord of the Rings and Gandalf, it's fireworks. There's actually some fireworks on the fabric. So yeah, I'm super happy. It took a long time, but I think I'm pretty proud of myself for making it. So yay! Just to show like how bad of a multitasker I am while I was filming that last clip, I burnt our lunch, so gotta remake it now. But I did make more waffles this morning, and I saved them from the dog, so no dogs got any waffles today. Hi everyone! Happy Memorial Day. Happy Monday. If you are spending time with your family today, I'm glad you are getting to do so. Today we of course are remembering those that we've lost to the service of our country. In that time though, I'm also taking the time to just do some crafting and kind of relaxing with my own family. My husband's at work today, so I'm trying to do a few little things with the kids at home with me. I'm currently working on my Jet Stitch Cherry Magpie chart that I started yesterday or the day before. So I've got a nice little, that's what it looks like, nice little start here. So it's super fun already, and I'm loving the Roxy Floss Co fabric, Roxy Floss Co thread. I also think, because yesterday I finished my Holland pouch, I think I'm going to do another Hemingway pouch, or start it today, and I thought it would be fun to do a smaller one and use these super cute, do like a Halloween theme one. So I've got this cute potion fabric and then a gray kind of moon and stars and spider. So I'm going to pull this together and make my quilting sandwich with these, and just make myself a little pouch for, I'll have to see what exactly fits in this. It'll definitely be, it will definitely work for like a cross stitch project bag, but I may also see if it'll fit my iPad as well, or whatever. So I've made the largest size that they have, which definitely fits an iPad or bigger. I think I'm going to make a large one too to fit my big happy planner, and then I want to make a bunch for cross stitching and stuff like that. But I thought this was fun. This is, I don't know what the fabric line is. I've had this for a while. These came in one of the curated fat quarter bundles from Primrose Cottage. I love when they curate fat quarter bundles, and I've bought a lot of them. I also have this giant, I think it's the 10 years of celebration Ruby Star Society panel that I thought about making a Hemingway bag with, but you lose a lot of the fabric when you have to cut the Hemingway bag, and I didn't want to lose this. I'm not exactly sure what I want to do with this. I kind of thought, would it be weird, because it's not, they're squares, but they're not all the same size. So like, I think you're meant to cut it up, or I would assume you are. I'm not exactly sure. I thought, would it be weird if I just made a little quilted like lap blanket for myself out of this? I may see if I can get another one of these. I think you still can, and make a little wall hanging or lap blanket quilted, because you could do like a cheater quilt and just quilt around the squares, and then have one to like cut up and make little things with, because it's so stinking cute. So if you've made something with this, let me know what you made. I've seen bags and things made with it, but I also wanted to like preserve all the cute prints by all the designers. So super duper cute. So I'm going to see, I might go online today and see if I can find another one. And then if I can, I will just probably make a quick little quilted like lap blankie for myself to sit with, because I get chilly. I'm the type of person, flip my camera back around. I'm the type of person that always has a blanket. Always. We have blankets in our living room. I have a blanket everywhere I go. I have to take a blanket. I have hypothyroidism, and I've been diagnosed with it for over 10 years. And one of my biggest side effects that I notice anyways is that I tend to run cold most of the time. That's changed and fluctuated with like hormones and things like that, but generally I get cold. So I always have, and I just like to be covered. Hello, and here's Tut Tut, all up in the stuff. I have such a mess from making the Holland pouch yesterday on my dining room table that I thought, let's just cut some more. Let's just cut some more stuff. So, and if you hear the wee wee wees, that's my daughter in the background. She was a tiny terror yesterday, but she's in a good mood today, so we're going to take advantage. Right, Tut? Hi, Titty. Gotta get back to stitching my strawberry naps for you, too. Yep. So, if I have some updates today, I will update. I'm also, I think, hair flip. I also think I'm going to go try and pull some card making supplies. My daughter's squeaking a dog squeaky toy. She likes dog toys. I think I'm going to try and pull some card making supplies to maybe make some card videos. At least pull the supplies I want to use. So I will check back in if I have some updates today. Bye. Okay, checking back in. I did not get that second Hemingway pouch quilted or any other progress on it done, but maybe I'll get some today. I also want to try and finish my Tomato Hill today, or at least grab the backing fabric that I'm going to use for the pillow. I did also want to show one more time before it goes off in the mail my first little Holland pouch from Center Street Quilts. It's really cute. Right now I have a book in it, but I actually watched half of Lord of the Rings last night with my husband, so that was fun. Oh, I just found what was in there. So again, it's all lined on the inside. The binding is, the seams are covered. That was the hardest part I mentioned. I might try serging it next time, or I gotta learn to use my serger. But I have one, so I need to learn to use it. But anyway, so super cute, boxy. It's got great structure because it has that soft and stable in there. And again, I followed the tutorial by Becca on YouTube. She is so great with tutorials. So yeah, so I'm going to send that off in the mail hopefully today to my friend. And then the other thing is I just pulled some card making supplies. Now they're hard to see because some of them are in clear packaging, but I did want to show a few things real quick. So I'm going to be using the newest release from, I don't have it all, but I have a lot of it because I liked it so much, from Waffle Flower Designs. If you haven't heard of them, make sure you check them out. But it was all like quilting themed, so it was super duper cute. And I am going to work on hopefully prepping and making some cards this week and making a video about it. But like, I'll show you like this. Like, look, these are dies to cut out your paper, and they're like sewing machines and notions, scissors. There's like a pin cushion, and I have some other sewing themed paper crafting products as well. I have a whole cross stitch one and this and that and the other. But this was just super cute. And there is also, a stencil set and things to kind of make it look like a quilt. So once I get some products pulled and things like that, I am hopefully going to make make a card with me videos. So stay tuned for that. And then I'm going to wrap this video up here. I know it was a little chaotic I just wanted to show a little bit of kind of like behind the scenes of my weekend and what I got up to and what I didn't. It was very piecemeal together because I literally just squeezed in time when I had time between kids and life and things like that. I did work more on my Cherry Magpie last night, and so that was a lot of fun. It's a really fun stitch so far. And then I am hoping to maybe work on my Lola Crow Extraordinary Bird Sal today, maybe. And then I also have plans for a mid-year kind of kit parade. I thought about this and I was like, maybe I should go through my stitching books, my pattern books and things like that, and pull things that I really want to get a start on this year and go ahead and kit them so that they are ready. I've generally stopped kitting stuff unless I'm ready to start it, or if I have everything for it. So maybe I have the fabric, the floss, a finishing, setting for it, whatever. I stopped kitting things unless I'm really ready to start it or do that, just because I didn't want that supplies to be sitting around not being used. But I think I might do a kit parade of the things I want to start. That way I can really kind of look at what I really want to get started or done this year. And then that way they'll be ready to go, and just make some decisions, because that might provide some direction. That doesn't mean I'm not going to maybe grab a new start if something comes out or the whim, takes me in that direction. But then at least I have like a plan of, oh yeah, you really wanted to get this done for Christmas or whatnot. So yeah. So check back with me. I'm just going to post this video. I don't know if anybody will watch it, but I thought it was kind of fun to just capture my weekend and do little check-ins here and there. So yeah, thanks for watching. If you are here, and leave me a nice comment. If you have any questions, let me know. But thanks. Have a good rest of your week. Bye guys.